Is America still the bedrock of global prosperity? Or is that foundation starting to crack? In a recent interview with Financial Times, Jamie Dimon explores the hard truths about America's role in the world market, and why America first might not be enough.
The U.S. is still the most prosperous nation the world's ever seen. It's still a haven because of that strength, the rule of law, the strength of America's economy, innovation, the growth. The United States military, which not just protects America, protects a good part of the Western world. So it's still very strong. But yes, a lot of this uncertainty is challenging that a little bit. So you can be reading about this nonstop until hopefully these tariff and trade wars settle down and go away, so people can say, I can rely on America. So I wrote, in my letter, I wrote, America first is okay, but not America alone. And so if you talk about, I'm not worried about the markets as much as I am about keeping the Western world together, free and safe for democracy. And that, to me, means you want to strengthen the economic relationships. If there's unfairness, deal with it. But yeah, we should be careful. I mean, I don't think anyone should assume they have a divine right to success and therefore don't worry about it.
The stock market right now feels like a contradiction wrapped in confusion. On one hand, we're living in an age of rapid, unprecedented innovation. Entire industries are being transformed right before our eyes. And on the other hand, fear is rising. Volatility is relentless. There are constant warnings of a global slowdown. Credit spreads are widening. Recession whispers are getting louder. And the bond market? It's flashing signals that even seasoned investors can't ignore. It's the kind of market that makes people ask one big question: what's real and what's just noise? In times like this, most investors look for clarity, but a few, they look for opportunity. And if there's one voice people tend to trust in uncertain times, it's Jamie Dimon. He's not just the CEO of JPMorgan Chase. He's one of the most respected leaders in global finance, and in a recent interview with the Financial Times, he didn't hold back. He laid it all out. Excessive government debt, fragmentation between global powers, and a fragile world economy teetering on instability. But here's what made that interview interesting, because even after painting such a cautious picture of the world economy, there was one topic where Dimon's optimism broke through the fog: artificial intelligence. He's not blind to the hype. He admits we're probably in an AI bubble, just like the dot-com era. Some AI stocks will crash, some will disappear, but the ones that get it right, those companies will create generational wealth. What separates the winners from the losers? According to Dimon, it comes down to execution, real-world utility, and tangible returns. That's how JPMorgan's own AI project is already saving the company nearly $200 million a year by detecting fraud. That's not a bet on buzzwords, that's a bet on results. So the question becomes, how do you find the next Nvidia? Not just a company that talks about AI, but one that actually delivers on its promise. That's what this video is about. We're breaking down 3 companies that we believe might have that Nvidia-like DNA: foundational technology, explosive growth, and the power to reshape entire industries. And the first one might actually be hiding in plain sight. Just before we dive in, if you're getting value from this analysis, a like and subscribe really helps support my small channel. And if you're thinking long-term, especially about protecting your wealth, I've got a free guide on gold IRAs linked below. Stick around, I'll explain why it could be a smart strategy at the end of the video. Our first pick is Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR. If Dimon is right, and he usually is, then the future of AI isn't flashy apps or viral demos. It's platforms that solve hard, real-world problems. And that's where Palantir fits perfectly. Palantir is building the institutional brain of AI. Its clients aren't chasing trends. They're governments, defense agencies, and Fortune 500 companies. From NATO to the US Army to global banks and major healthcare systems, Palantir's platform is becoming mission-critical. And here's something most people don't know. Palantir was originally funded by the CIA's venture arm after 9/11. That same tech is now powering decisions in both public and private sectors. It's not hypothetical, it's not experimental. It's already deployed. Palantir is profitable, debt-free, and scaling fast. Commercial revenue is up 64% year over year. Government contracts are growing. A recent NATO deal will deploy Palantir's Maven AI system to power next-gen battlefield intelligence. What used to take 2,000 personnel during wartime can now be done by just 20. The stock is up nearly 150% in the past year, even with a recent dip. And many believe this is just the beginning. While Wall Street obsesses over short-term valuations, smart money is quietly positioning for the long haul. Why? Because Palantir is evolving. from a defense contractor into a foundational AI company. If you're searching for the next Nvidia, not just a hype stock but a true infrastructure-level player, Palantir might be it. With a sticky product, an unmatched moat in government AI, and accelerating commercial traction, this company is just starting to flex its potential. Now let's move to a company that might be the most important AI stock you've never really looked at. Supermicro, ticker symbol SMCI. Most people chasing AI are looking at flashy software or sleek front-end tools. But Dimon reminded us in his interview that the real value is often found beneath the surface, in the infrastructure, the backbone, the stuff that actually powers AI. And that's exactly what Supermicro is building. SMCI is the custom AI server king. They're providing the high-performance infrastructure that companies like Nvidia, Meta, and OpenAI rely on. They're not just along for the ride, they're building the road. Their racks, blades, and cooling-optimized systems are powering the data center explosion behind every major AI advancement. And here's a surprising detail. Supermicro's modular servers are so efficient, they can cut data center energy use by up to 40%. That's a massive deal in a world where compute demand is skyrocketing. Revenue is up more than 200% year over year. Profits are climbing. Their backlog is enormous and still growing, even in the face of tariffs, macro pressure, and tech pullbacks. Supermicro keeps delivering. And the stock? Still undervalued, with a forward PE ratio far below its peers. Yes, it's volatile. But so was Nvidia in its early years. And like Nvidia, Supermicro is becoming a critical enabler of next-gen computing. If AI is the new gold rush, Supermicro is selling the shovels, and business is booming. And that brings us to our third stock, a wildcard with massive upside, SoundHound AI, ticker symbol SOUN. If Dimon's warning about the AI bubble tells us anything, it's that not every AI company will survive. But the ones that do, they could change everything. SoundHound might be one of those dark horses. It's often misunderstood at first glance, but under the surface, it's quietly building something big. SoundHound specializes in voice AI, but this isn't your average chatbot. Its platform understands speech and meaning at the same time, just like humans do. That's a major leap in natural language processing, and it's already being used in the real world. Hyundai and Kia have it in their cars. Burger King and Whataburger are testing it in their drive-thrus. Hospitals and retail chains are deploying it to help real customers. This isn't just a demo, it's real. Here's a fascinating fact. Both Nvidia and Hyundai have invested directly in SoundHound. That's serious conviction from companies that don't make casual bets. SoundHound's revenue more than doubled year over year. Its customer base is diversifying fast, and the company's expanding into industries from automotive to healthcare to government. Even with all that traction, its market cap is still under $4 billion. This company is still flying under the radar. But if its tech continues to scale the way Nvidia's GPUs did, a 10 times return isn't out of the question. It checks every box Dimon laid out. AI that solves real problems, delivers results, and improves over time. Sure, it's risky, but so was Nvidia when few believed in it. The real question is, will SoundHound be ignored like Amazon in 2001, or discovered too late like Nvidia in 2016? So there you have it. Palantir, Supermicro, SoundHound, 3 very different companies, but each one is building something real, not chasing hype, not telling stories, actually solving problems, scaling results, and creating measurable impact. As Jamie Dimon said, use AI where it works, measure it, scale it. That's exactly what these 3 are doing, and that's why they might just be the Nvidias of this decade. Yes, markets are volatile, and yes, the AI space is noisy, but just like the early internet, this moment is where wealth is quietly built. Not by chasing headlines, but by identifying the winners already working under the surface. The question isn't whether AI will change everything, it already is. The real question is, which companies will ride that wave all the way to the top? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. The stock market's been jittery lately, especially with President Trump's new round of tariffs stirring up global trade tensions. And when uncertainty rises, history shows us where smart money tends to go: gold. Central banks' demand for it last year alone reached a record high, and spot gold just surged past $3,300 an ounce, underscoring its value in the markets. And recently, it has surpassed the Mag 7 as the most crowded trade on Wall Street. If you're thinking about ways to take advantage of gold in your investments, I found a company that gives Americans a free guide on how to add real physical gold to their retirement portfolio in a way that's simple and secure. No sales pitch, no pressure, just honest, helpful information you can trust. Click the link in the description to get your copy now. Because when the biggest financial institutions in the world are quietly stockpiling gold, it's not just a trend, it's a signal.